Is this what you think a trading strategy looks like? A simple entry with a simple exit? After studying 50,865 profitable strategies, I found that there are actually 7 more components you might have never even considered. This strategy formula is exactly how my strategies are built, like this small portfolio of 33 strategies, which has returned 316% with a drawdown of 22% over the span of 246 days. So in this video, I'm going to show you each of the 7 parts, what they are, and examples of each. Let's begin with the entry criteria, which I am going to call a trading signal. In algorithmic trading, this usually uses 1 or more indicators to tell us, hey, you need to place a trade. Let's look at one of my strategies as an example. This one I sent to my students 3 months ago. It's trading on the EuroCAD on the 4-hour time frame, and I've loaded it into Strategy Quant, the software that I use. This is the Algo Wizard screen, and in the Trading Signals tab, you can see the logic for the entry is very simple. If the ATR of the past 135 bars is rising, then this tells us we need to place a trade. The question now becomes, what type of trade are we going to place? We've got 3 different types. You've got a market order, a stop order, and a limit order. A market order means we are going to place a buy or a sell trade at whatever the price is right now, whereas a buy or sell stop means we are placing a pending order above the current price, and a sell stop means we are placing the order below the current price. And limit orders are the opposite. Sell limit orders are placed above the current price, and buy limit orders are placed below the current price. In a recent study that I did of 18,138 profitable strategies over the past 13 years, I found that market orders are the least profitable of the 3 types, which means if you want to maximize your profits, you should place your orders above or below the current price, not where the price is currently. So you should use limit orders or stop orders instead. So let's take a look at limit and stop orders in more detail. These are pending orders placed above or below the current market price. So when the price reaches this level, it will get executed. And the first thing we need to define is how long our pending order should be valid for, which is this icon right here, bars valid. And in Strategy Quant, if we switch over to the long entry or short entry tab, for this particular strategy, it's entering using a stock order, and you can see here the trade is open for 152 bars, which means after 152 bars from its initial time it is placed, if the price has not reached the level that we set, then this trade will expire and won't get executed. The next 2 components of a stop and limit order is where we are going to place the order. So it can be based on a price level, an indicator value, or an indicator value plus another indicator value, which I've labeled here as a volume indicator. So I didn't include price level here because it's more for discretionary traders, and I'm an algorithmic trader. Here is the example from before using a stop order, and here it is using a simple indicator. So the price is going to be placed at the moving average value of 30. And the moving average value is calculated based on the close price. That's an example of a stop order trading where the price is placed at an indicator level. Let's look at an example where we're going to use 2 indicators in our calculation, and we're going to look at another strategy that I sent out to my students 5 months ago, and this one is trading on the pound to Japanese yen 1-hour time frame. This time you can see the price is set to a formula which uses 1 indicator, the weekly high, and then we're adding it to the true range multiplied by 2.2. And one of the reasons why stop and limit orders are overall more profitable compared to market orders is less competition. So when you're trading the 50-minute time frame, especially when you're trading on the o'clock, You're competing with 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, and potentially 4-hour traders. By the way, if you're a good trader, Darwinex Zero is a great platform that rewards good traders. You get a simulated account to trade and earn money from your trading. And there are 4 different ways to make money in Darwinex. In Silver Stage, you can get between 30 and 375k in allocation each month, and you can keep it for 3 months. In a Gold Stage, where you can receive up to 500k in allocation and keep it for 6 months. And then there's Investor Capital, which can get into the millions and millions of dollars. Those are the options you are automatically eligible for as a Darwinex trader, but you can also purchase additional boosters, which is a temporary extra allocation or a permanent allocation. And yes, these 4 different options are stackable, so you can get silver, gold, investor capital, boosters, and permanent allocations all in the one account. I personally trade on Darwinex Zero and am currently managing over 120,000 euros from Darwinex Silver allocation across my accounts, and you can use the code LISA when signing up for a discount with them. So far, we've covered the entries, which is actually pretty simple. However, a lot of people fall into the trap of putting more effort into the entry criteria. And in Kevin Davies' Algo Trading Cheat Codes book, he says exits can be just as important, if not more important than entries. And exit trading conditions are much more complex. The simplest exit criteria is a timed exit, and when I tested this in my 18,138 strategy study, I found the simple timed exit to be the most effective and most profitable. Let's head back to the pound Japanese yen strategy where we were looking at before, and you can see exit after bars is set to 44. So at 44 bars after the entry was executed, the trade will be closed regardless on if we are in profit or in a loss. In addition to the timed exit, we also have the option of moving our strategy to break even once it gets into profit. Here we've got 4 different options. We've got moving a strategy to break even based on a set number of pips or based on a specific ATR, or the more complex version, moving to break even and add additional pips. This chart shows the difference. Let's say you place a buy trade and you enter right at this lower line here. If you were to move to break even when price goes up, then your break-even point would be where you entered. So if the price was to retrace back down, then you would exit in $0 in profit. But you can do the more complex version of that, which is break-even add pips. So slightly above where the price entered in originally, price goes up, and if it goes back and retraces and it hits your break-even add pips point, this means instead of just coming out at a 0 profit, here you're potentially coming out with a few dollars in profit. Let's look at another one of my strategies, which I sent to my students 5 months ago. This is the strategy logic, and here in their strategy long entry criteria, we can see it's set to move to stop loss to break even with a value of 160 pips. And if we want to use the stop loss to break even add pips functionality, that is below that option. Back to our exit criteria. So in addition to the 2 exit methods we've already mentioned, the timed exit and the break even, there's 3 additional exit types. You've got the profit target, the stop loss, and the trailing stop. Here I've got a price chart. Let's say we placed a buy order right about here. So our stop loss to protect our account would be below the current price to minimize our risk. And our profit target would be somewhere up here above the current price. So when the price moves and it meets and hits our profit target, the trade will be closed. I also want to mention here that both profit targets and stop losses are optional, so you don't need to have them. I personally like to have stop losses because it helps me sleep better at night, but I do sometimes don't have profit targets. Instead, sometimes I'll use a trailing stop, which means as you make more and more profits in your trade, the trailing stop will follow closely behind. So when price retraces, my trailing stop loss will catch most of the profits. And then there's also the activation level, which applies to the trailing stop, because sometimes we might want to let the trade breathe a little bit, especially initially at the start, and we don't want a stop loss until we're well into profitable territory. And all three exit options, the profit target, the stop loss, and the trailing stop, we need to know where to place this. So again, we can use the ATR level, a set number of pips, or use an indicator, or a combination of two indicators. One more example of another live trading strategy that's been running for the past 4 months. And this strategy uses a stop loss based on an ATR level. It's got a trailing stop of a set number of pips, but it's not using exit after bars, move stop loss to break even, stop loss to even add pips, or a profit target. So a trading strategy is more involved than just thinking about one entry indicator, one exit indicator. There's so many more moving parts to it. We've got indicators for our entry signal. We've got different order types, 5 different exit options, and a whole bunch of combinations of ATR, pips, indicators plus indicators. And you might feel a little bit overwhelmed because there are just so many components. And I haven't even mentioned that the indicators don't even need to be of the same time frame or the same asset. You can use indicators on higher time frames as a filter, or even indicators on a totally different asset. And all this work, all this stuff is just in the build step in a bigger picture. This is the overall process to create a profitable strategy. There's still the test process, the monitoring process, the portfolio and live trading process. The build is less than 20% of the entire process, but a lot of new algo traders will mistakenly think that the build is the key to everything. It is not. I actually spend most of my time in the test and the monitoring phase of the process. I use software to help me speed up the build process. So watch this video next, where I show you how I create trading strategies 10 times faster than anyone else.